I'm back to share my latest project. This is a Graphic 45 Wizard of Oz 6x6 page swap. And it's also related to the same swap. It's a bottle cap swap, which I'll show you after we go over the book. So here's my book. Not the book, it's actually a page. And this is the front of the page. I really love this Graphic 45 Wizard of Oz paper. It's the colors are very rich, and it's got a very autumn-like feel to it. So I ended up using a lot of fibers relating to the scarecrow, and also kind of relating to autumn and the time of the month that the paper is really highlighting. So I put some cotton lace here, and this relates to Dorothy's pinafore. And then just have, this is actually an I Am Rose's daisy that I used glimmer mist on to make it the same color as the poppies in the collection. And then this is a flip book here that's held on here with some O-ring. And this is actually my favorite picture from the collection. I think The Wizard of Oz, the whole story is a lot of it's about friendship, and this is just the sweetest picture of these two friends together, the Scarecrow and the Tin Man. So this comes up, and at the top here, I have a picture. My information, excuse me, it's getting late, and I think my allergies are catching up with me. And this is my favorite quote from the movie, which is, "Who would have thought a good little girl like you could destroy my beautiful wickedness?" And that was the Wicked Witch of the West when she was melting. And there's a little clip from the movie. And these are, on this page, you can put pictures or whatever you would like to do. What I'm going to do with my book, I'll be sending in 5 pages, and then I'll be getting 5 different pages back. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use it to put in pictures and quotes and things from the movie, because it is one of my favorite movies. And then on the back, I used another cotton lace, like the pinafore on Dorothy's dress, and then I put an underlay of lace, which is actually how the pinafore lace used to go. There was an underlayment that would make the lace stand out, and that would make the skirt of the dress stand out. So then I've got a bottle cap with the Wicked Witch of the West, always looking over Dorothy's shoulder. A couple of Prima leaves with some fibers, and then this is a pull-out tag with the scarecrow. And there's room for journaling or a picture, whatever you want to put into that. And it goes right back in there. And there's a butterfly on his hat with some fiber. Then I used the Tim Holtz, I forget what these hands are called, but they're like clock hands, but I used that on the compass here with her ruby slippers. And then, of course, I glimmer misted the ruby slippers wherever they appear on the page. So that's my 6x6 page. And then I also joined the the bottle cap swap. And so this is my bottle cap tag, and my tag for the bottle cap swap is all about the Emerald City. So my first bottle cap is actually on the back of the tag, and it's the ruby slippers And right there is the wand from the Good Witch when she is explaining, I think, to Dorothy that she can use the slippers to go home. And there's a little gem in the center of the star, and then a gem hanging from the bottle cap. And then on this side, I have the other three. Well, I did, actually, we only needed to do 3 bottle caps. I did 4 because I felt like my bottle caps were kind of plain, and I actually liked them plain, but we were supposed to dress them up, and I was afraid they weren't dressy enough, so I just added an extra bottle cap. So the one at the top is the black for the Wicked Witch, and then I have white for the Good Witch. But this Wicked Witch is actually a magnet, very strong magnet. It's hard to get it off with this little metal tag. But I put it on a metal tag that's just attached with a garment pin. And then, as you can see, it's pretty strong, goes right back on there. So you can either use it like this, or you can put a little piece of metal under your paper, a little washer that you get from the hardware store, and put it on your paper like that. You can use it for like a peekaboo, however you want to use it. Then, of course, the next one is the Glinda the Good Witch, and I don't know how good that's showing up, but that's Martha Stewart glitter. I was trying to give her the look of kind of like the globe when she first appeared in Munchkinland, the first time that Dorothy saw her. And the way that these are attached, and this one happens to be, I didn't realize it was the zebra bottle cap when I picked it up, but we've got this little adhesive dot, and it still has this little covering on it so that this just sticks right on here. And then when you actually want to use it and put it on your own book or whatever, however you want to use it, you can take it off of there and it'll stick. And then this next one, which is Dorothy, is on the back of the bottle cap, and it's raised up with a very large, thick dot that this actually comes with these bottle caps from Hobby Lobby. So I'm going to put an extra one in to the collection. And this whole tag comes out so that you can use this tag holder actually as an extra page in your book, or however you want to use it, because it's just the picture of the Emerald City, and then over here is kind of like the yellow brick road, and then a little pocket that says Emerald City. I used my Tim Holtz edge die to make the top, and then this tag slips in, and the very bottom of this tag is the picture from the movie of the 4 of them when they get to the Emerald City. So that slips in there, and then this little tag slips over the back so that when you turn it around, it looks like that. And that's my tag for the swap. I really enjoyed this. I saw this movie, and it's one of my favorite movies, and not just a favorite of mine, but a favorite of many people. It is in the top 10 at the American Film Institute. It has always been in the top 10 since 1939 when it was first released, and it varies, where it is in the top 10, but it has remained popular even today. So I saw it in 1954. I was pretty young at the time, and I saw it at the drive-in because it was released again in 1954, and right before it went on television. So I actually thought it was a contemporary film, and I found out a lot of people did. They didn't realize that it actually was a film that had been made and released in 1939. So, and it was unique in that they, used the black and white film for Kansas and switched over to Technicolor for the Land of Oz. And in 1939, there weren't very many movies that were even made in color. So I imagine that that was pretty um, startling when they actually did it at that time. When I first saw it as a young child in 1954, it was actually pretty startling too, because in 1954 only about 50% of the films were in color. 50% were still black and white because it was so expensive to produce a color film. So pretty unique. And of course, everything just came together. Beautiful songs, a wonderful cast, and so interesting to think that the entire thing was shot on a soundstage. Um, and you know, as many times as you would see the movie, you would never mind that that was all done on a soundstage. I can still remember, and if I see it today, I remember the things that frightened me about the movie. Um, Another little interesting tidbit about this movie is that um, when it went on TV, of course, most people had black and white television still, so they really weren't even getting the full effect of the color uh, in the Land of Oz until much later. So I guess, and then the other thing was quite a trip down memory lane I took when I was working on this. Was I read the books, the Oz books by L. Frank Baum. He wrote The Wizard of Oz in 1900, long, long time ago. And after I saw the movie, I went to the library and I found the books. And I only just found out recently. I was looking him up, and I found out that he only intended to write the one book, but little children from all over the world wrote to him and asked him to write, begged him to write more Oz books. So he did produce more over time. And I read every one I could get my hands on. So if you have children and they're interested in Oz, I don't know how hard these books are to come by now. I suspect that they're getting to be collector's items. I mean, you can find The Wizard of Oz, but to find the other Oz books, and they were fun because Dorothy went back to Oz several times. Once to help the Scarecrow, who was trying to rule the Emerald City, and once when the Tin Man got into trouble, and of course every time that one of these things would happen, the whole gang would get together and try to solve the problems. So, pretty good adventure for a little kid. So anyway, those are my Graphic 45 Wizard of Oz pages and bottle caps for the swap. I know what I'm going to do when I get it back is I'm going to put my favorite quotes from the movie and some of my favorite scenes into it and make it a little book about Oz. So, because as I was kind of thinking about this and looking at it, I remembered how much I do love that movie. So anyway, everybody, thanks for watching.